Welcome back to Daybreak on Trust TV. Today, we turn our focus to security and the fight against insurgency in Nigeria. Now, in recent weeks, the Nigerian military has recorded significant operational successes in the northeast, particularly against Boko Haram and ISWAP elements in Borno State. Troops of the Joint Force Operation Hadinkai have cleared multiple terrorist camps across the Timbuktu Triangle, including in Chilare, Garin Farouk, and Abirma, neutralizing scores of insurgents and fueling coordinated attacks on local communities. In supporting these ground operations, the Nigerian Air Force has conducted precise airstrikes in Azer and Masaram, reportedly eliminating over 40 terrorists and providing real-time intelligence and surveillance that has enhanced the effectiveness of ground forces. And similarly, coordinated operations in Katsina and Kano states have neutralized nearly 50 notorious bandits, disrupting the activities of criminal networks opposed to ongoing peace initiatives. While these achievements underscore the professionalism and determination of our armed forces, challenges remain. Insurgents continue to adapt, and communities in affected states still live under the shadow of insecurity. Today, we want to hear from you, our viewers. Are you impressed by these recent military successes? Do you feel safer, or is there more the government and the military need to do to restore lasting peace? Stay on the line and join our discussion this morning. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can call us in. You can also send in a WhatsApp message. Let's have this conversation. Do you think that the military is doing enough in terms of fighting the insecurity issues that we're having, or rather facing, in Nigeria? Now, Hauwa, when we talk about the military operations in Nigeria, I think it's fair to say that there has been some level of improvement, but if you look at, or rather, if you want to analyze it, you get to realize that this improvement does not cut across, some regions in Nigeria. According to the introduction, we saw that, our soldiers, or I should say our soldiers or our armed forces, have been able to, neutralize some of these bandits and kidnappers hideouts and some other things. But then we have our first caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Ade.
Ade, I'm calling from London.
Thank you, Ade, for calling in.
Nigeria. I am very impressed. I'm impressed. You see, why we say collaboration? Immediately we collaborate with our minister. They supply us some ammunition recently, and they are giving us intelligence. Because it's a good area and it makes charge. That is front wall of I forgot the name now. It's not Boko Haram. The ISIS. Answer one something. I can't remember their name. So that is their base. That is charge, and it's a good area. Now America is giving us intelligence, and our men are working very fast. They still have to do more, because I want to see that Bello to be captured. And the reason we are having all this subject again, it depends on leadership. Immediately Musa come on board, you can see changes. The Minister of Defense is in charge of policy. So he knows what they want. And it's making way for them. Doing the policy for them is the cabinet meeting. And it's different between the former defense minister and this one. So, no sympathy. Even if you want the loan, let any governor that will release a bandit, that they will draw military from there. That is what we want to hear. We have to be solved. Because lives are being wasted every day. People that are supposed to grow up and be a governor, and be a president, successful life, they don't waste the life like that. I think we don't have government. I mean, it is those who are affected that know. I've contributed to more than 5 times to rescue kidnap people in Southwest. That you say they are contributing money. I don't like that. So let them be taking care of. Initially I don't give them life imprisonment. But the way they don't or reflected, I don't like it. So I'm impressed with what they are doing, but let's encourage them. Because they, in this part of the world, in America, when you see military and those who are retired, in that we call them veterans. They give them a lot of respect, a lot of respect. We don't kill up. So let our military, our heroes, both the retired and the servant, let's reverend them, let's make them, encourage them to be okay. You know, so that's my own. I'm helping them with prayer. That's what I can do. And I encourage others to do that and give them any permission you have. So that we can have peaceful. This is getting too long. They will pray in the mosque. They will go there and bomb the place for no reason. What do they want? I don't know. So they should be wiped out. I think I'm in support. They are the impression. And God will protect our group. God will protect those who are retired. And God will protect their family. And God will bless Nigeria, my country. Good morning, ladies. Enjoy your day.
Good morning,
thank you very
Ade.
much,
Thank you for calling in.
that.
So, Hauwa, what is your take concerning military operations? Are you impressed by their recent successes so far?
Well, I wouldn't stretch it to say impressed, but at this point, I believe that a lot is being done when it comes to neutralizing these terrorists, the kidnappers, the bandits as well. But at the end of the day, the people will not feel that immediate impact because it has taken so long for, this to go on, for the neutralization of these terrorists, for them to get a hard hit, for that impact to be felt, because at the end of the day they've grown in numbers and it takes a lot to have to be able to reduce that number.
Absolutely. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, please do well to call us back and join the conversation. All right, we have another caller on the line. Good morning, Abasin Kong. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning. And for making sure to be a special. Yes, 3 brothers to talk to you, but doing wonderfully well. Wonderfully well. Yes, I want to comment on it this morning. I heard all what you said. Very, very busy. Yes, military operation. Am I impressed? I'll say yes and no. Why am I not impressed? Because you don't do the undercover job. There's what they call Reiki. It is not applied. There's what they call surveillance. It's not applied. When they will press today, tomorrow they kill how many of them? So why would I be impressed when I see our soldiers are being killed? Name. Go to the hospital and see soldiers that have been named. Something needs to be done. There are underground informants in the soldiers that Boko Haram are using. They should feed them out. There are underground surveillance in the DSS, in the police, in all the sectors. They should feed them out. Once that is done, you will see our operation will be successful. That is why America is successful today. Israel has the best undercover military intelligence. Thank you, Trustee. God bless. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much, Abasin, for that conversation. Now, Maimuna, looking at, obviously there'll be statistics of these operations, of these neutralizations from 2025 till 2026, and I believe the most hard-hit year was 2025, where we've seen the ups and downs of, this insurgency, kidnappings and banditry as well. Now, looking at key operational statistics when it comes to 2025 to 2026, we're just in January. Now, according to reports, the neutralized terrorists and criminals in 2025 alone has been 9,415 terrorists that has been reportedly neutralized so far. Hostages rescued, 5,365 hostages were rescued, including 1,023 in the northwest under Operation Fansen Yama. We know that there are different operations that have done so much when it comes to tackling the insecurity that's been done. As we have Operation Hadenkai, we have this Operation Fansen Yama and the likes.
But
we have another caller.
We have Shetima on the line. Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Bagudu. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust in the Family. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Maimuna.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Honestly speaking, we are really impressed. But deep inside me, I have this confidence. If not because of some of the generals, they have been succumbing or they have been giving themselves to the politicians, they are using them. We could have achieved it for a very long time ago. Because we know the military of Nigeria. In the international community, they know them. They are dedicated people. They have everything on ground to defeat even a trained military opponent rather than this useless military. Somebody who doesn't receive any training. It was a politics that romantic them, keep them alone up to this time. I have the confidence and everything that I know our military can defeat them. If at all they have been allowed, the politician and executive become neutral to allow them to do their professional work, this success has been come, and this issue of this useless money, we could have become a history in 6 months' time. I'm telling you, this Boko Haram and the bandits cannot withstand the military of Nigeria. They cannot survive for 6 months without being defeated. Honestly speaking, now they have taken away towards success, and we are praying for them. We are encouraging them to continue. If you look at the pattern of the operation in the past, they are doing defensive war rather than offensive war. And in a war pattern, you cannot succeed if you are doing a defensive war. An offensive war is the war that you defeat your enemy. You cannot attack anywhere he is. Attack him at any time, whether with his knowledge or without his knowledge. In the time of whether he's sleeping or he's eating or he's touching his mouth, to attack him at any time. Find wherever he is. Even he was in a grave, in a ditch, dig him out. Finish with him. That's the pattern of war. And we thank God that from top of the military, top officers, they have realized this thing is damaging their own image. Now they have back track. The real track that we are expecting them, they were on. So we hope and we pray, and we are giving them all our prayers and support to push and push forward, so that we can see the end of this madness. Honestly speaking, I want to call the attention of those behind these things. They have been hiding and giving unnecessary support and frustrating the effort of the soldiers. They should realize that some of the soldiers, during their time, they themselves have been seen them as something heroes. But today they have nothing to tell. They themselves, they should know time will come, they will become irrelevant. That is life. With time, allow history to remember you with good things. Don't allow history to remember you with a bad record. Try and and try and keep, try and place a good record for yourself and for the country. It's not for you to be frustrating effort of somebody who is willing to bring success. It's very, very unfortunate. Even because of politics, I'm telling you, and I have the confidence, Nigeria's army, they can bring the end of this menace in 3 months' time. There is no doubt about it. We done it in Sierra Leone, we done it in Liberia. The whole world has been, and they have known that our soldiers, they can do and do. They have all the necessary demands. They have all the necessary technicality to bring the end of this madness. In actual politics was zero in that day. Honestly speaking, we are really impressed, and we are praying for them, and we hope and we pray God will bring the end of this madness within some months to come. And we are hoping the peace of Nigeria will restore back to the time when you are traveling, you will see a shed, you park your car and sip your juice, take your meal, and proceed with your journey. That is Nigeria of those days. And we are hoping and praying this experience will come back. We are praying for our soldiers, and we hope success will come to them. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
Thank you,
Thank you
Shatima,
very
for
much,
calling in and
Shatima,
joining the
for that.
conversation. Now, when we talk about the successes of the military in Nigeria here, according to reports, we cannot, deny the cooperation and the external support by the U.S. excuse me, that recently blasted Nigerians and military with supplies and also parts of counterinsurgency. And it was also said that, the Chief of Army Staff, he publicly expects improvement in security nationwide, being that, these things are on ground. And then it shows that when it comes to fighting insurgency in Nigeria, no doubt our military have, they do have the capacity to do that. We would agree with that, right? They do have the capacity to do that.
I believe they do have the capacity, but the biggest challenge that they do have is facing, ambushes by that they do, and aside from that, sabotage and the need for improved troop welfare as well. That is one of the things, and as we've mentioned and we've spoken about multiple times, is that morale is very important when it comes to productivity
Absolutely.
of our troops.
Good morning. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Just speaking with Ishaku from Dhaka.
Good morning,
Good
Ishaku.
morning,
Please go
Ishaku.
ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just had a little more when I saw military operation. There are so many things that armies are doing that is not exposed for everybody because of the operation. And in some operations, there are information that are not given to the journalists immediately. It is after that the journalists can even see those information. Nigerian army need prayer. Everybody, all civilians that are sleeping in their own house, they don't know what is happening. We are complaining about the army, but just take your time. Whether you are Muslim, you are Christian, every day you are praying, pray for the Nigerian army. If your brother is in the Nigerian army, pray for him. Your family member is in the Nigerian army, pray for him. Nigerian army will succeed. The terrorists we are having today is not the terrorists we used to know. They have improved beyond the level that everybody in Nigeria is surprised. Nigerian army will be moving in a certain direction for an operation. Bomb we are planted on the road, and they will not be aware. So life of Nigerian army are going through this kind of thing, but nobody is complaining about those ones.
All right, thank you, Ishaku, for calling in and joining the conversation. The conversation is still on, and we want to hear from you this morning. We're talking about the military operations. Are you impressed by the recent success so far that has been recorded? You can call us in. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Let's have this conversation together. I mean, we're talking about fighting insecurity in Nigeria, and Hauwa, we know that, you know, in some areas, especially in parts of the northeast and also the southwest, the military, according to reports from, you know, coming from their quarters, they have been able to, you know, record some great successes when it comes to fighting the insecurity that we have in Nigeria. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you very much, Bagudu.
Please kindly turn down the audio of your TV set. Thank you.
TV is already on. You are already on. Can you hear me now?
There's a sound
We're getting
your
feedback
background.
from
Okay,
that.
so
Make
please
sure you
call us
back. As always, rules of engagement when you're calling in. Stay away from your TV set, even if it's something that can interfere in the transmission, and your call as well. Make sure you stay away from there. Turn off your TV so that we can hear you clearly.
Absolutely.
And now, talking about being impressed and, you know, understanding the efforts that's been put in making sure that this fight against insecurity is won. I believe that there's been a local production as well when it comes to ammunition, when it comes to mine-resistant ambush protected vehicles, as well as drones. And aside from that, we've seen equipment acquisitions, where the Nigerian Air Force has acquired 38 new aircrafts, Navy added 400 new platoons, including patrol vessels to boost maritime security. And it is actually still quite impressive, even as Nigeria is facing so much internal security challenges. Nigeria has been ranked as having the 31st strongest military in the world by the 2025 Global Firepower Report, which shows that the
Really,
Nigerian troops are doing
well. Absolutely. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. Please, can you be a bit audible so we can hear you clearly? Please go ahead.
Yes, I'm Jackson. I'm a retired soldier. I'm calling from Abuja.
Thank you for calling in.
The father is just like you tell me to buy stuff from you, and you draw rain. What do you expect from me? Master, and that is what Nigeria doing. You have to cure this. You have to stop this. We have been there, we have done this over time. So you can't tell me to buy stuff and draw rain, and the rain is poor, and what the rain is for. You are giving me the umbrella to cure this stuff. So please, put your fight in Nigeria, you know what they are doing. Yes, that's all.
All right. Thank you very much
for calling in and joining the conversation. We have some WhatsApp messages. All right, Hauwa, we have a WhatsApp message from Nandi Bete from Ogoja, and it says on the military operations, good morning, Trust TV. The military operations are impressive, but there will be more successes if saboteurs within the ranks and file are identified and flushed out. If it is true that the so-called repentant Boko Haram fighters were ever absorbed into our military, then that was a great tactical error. With total commitment, this country can overcome the present insecurity situation. Government should continue to give the military all the needed support. Thank you, Nandi BT, for sending in your WhatsApp message. All
right, next up we have a message from Duncan Karamo Abdul Hakim from Kwara State, and he says, good morning, Trust TV, good morning, Nigerians. Military operations, the Nigerian military's recent performance is impressive in terms of increased aggression, better technology usage, and higher verifiable enemy casualty rates. They've succeeded in making it far harder for insurgents to hold large, overt territories. However, a comprehensive success is hampered by the sheer scale of the criminality, which spans terrorism, banditry, and secessionist violence simultaneously. The sustainability of these gains depends on maintaining the momentum, improving the economic conditions that aid recruitment by criminals, and continued modernization of the armed forces. Thank you very much for that.
I have another WhatsApp message from Baba Jalingo. He says, good morning, Trust TV. Khan said there was kidnapping of churchgoers. Security operatives were saying no kidnapping occurred. Maybe there's conspiracy theory to overheat the polity to support their concept of Christian genocide or presidency genocide. The new conspiracy of breaking out northern Nigeria from the country is the latest threat to northern Nigerian people. In bracket, US Congress. Thank you, Baba Jalingo, for sending in your message.
All right, next up, we have a message from Prince Ahmed Yusuf Ubangari from here in Abuja, and he says, good morning. This is my humble view on this topic. Recent military operations in Nigeria have shown promising results, with troops sustaining offensive operations against terrorist camps in the northeast, destroying multiple camps, recovering arms and equipment, and repelling coordinated attacks. Now, the Nigerian Armed Forces, in conjunction with other security stakeholders, have executed strategic missions that neutralized terrorists, dismantled networks, rescued kidnapped victims, and enabled displaced persons and farmers to return safely to their communities. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, has highlighted the military's commitment to safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and ensuring peace and stability. The recent successes can be attributed to enhanced collaboration with regional and international partners, improved intelligence gathering, and the implementation of new operational strategies. Now, President Bola Tinubu has also commended the armed forces and other security agencies for improved safety in several communities, stating that sustained military operations are producing measurable security gains. All right, thank you very much, Prince Ahmed, for that.
All right, as we commend the Nigerian military for, fighting the insecurity challenges that we have in Nigeria, we also call on the federal government to, add up more speed to make sure that, this process goes smoothly, and we're going to come back here and have this conversation again. With that, we'll call it a wrap on our phone-in segment. Thank you to everyone who called in and also sent in their WhatsApp message. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll be having a conversation. We'll be talking about the FCT strike. We'll be analyzing matters arising. Do stay with us. We'll be right back shortly.